Welcome to the city of frost and fire. Discover the authentic stories of the extraordinary people that define our north of normal metro. I'm Conrad Fargo, and this is the Fargo Five. Today we've got Tiffany Sauvageau, who is one of the owners of Savvy Kitchen and Savvy Cleaning. Hello, Tiffany.
Hi, Conrad.
So you have kind of blasted onto the networking scene. I feel like just in the last few months or half a year, time is going really fast here. Just this winter, right? You jumped onto it with Savvy Cleaning.
Yes.
And was that your first experience with networking?
Yes, it is. I'm a real big people person, so I just kind of found out about networking, and I just kind of jumped right in.
And that was with Savvy Cleaning. How long have you been doing that?
Savvy Cleaning is coming up on 2 years of business on August 22nd.
What? Okay, so 2 years. That's not a lot of time. And so you've been doing that. You've been having success before you jumped into networking. So, but how did you start with? Was this your first business that you've ever done?
Savvy Cleaning is my first business, my pride and joy. I did clean before previously, but that was doing residential, and now we kind of just specialize in like common area cleans of apartments.
The commercial
and
stuff.
move-outs. Yeah.
Well, and you and I mean, we've discussed this before, but for the listeners who may not know, I own a cleaning company. We have kind of downsized it. We have a few contracts left, but we, at our zenith, we had like a dozen employees, and we did that for a good decade. So I know a little bit about the pains and trials and tribulations. Where did the desire to start a cleaning company, like where did that, where I always want to start with in the Fargo Famous section here is, what was the first bit of that flame that was like, I'm going to start my own business? Like where did that even come from?
So I genuinely love to clean, and one day I woke up and told my husband, you know where the money's at? Owning a cleaning company.
Where were you at in your life when you woke this up? Was this on a work day that you woke up? Was this on the weekend? Do you
was on a work day.
Okay.
I worked at a very large international company here in Fargo for 5 years, and then I just decided that wasn't for me.
What were you doing for them?
Online email and chat.
Okay, so you weren't in a cleaning
Totally
position,
different field.
and you woke up and you were like, I don't want to go to work. I would rather be my own boss.
Yep.
Or okay, and so you told your husband, you said, let's start a business.
Yep.
And it's going to be cleaning. You knew cleaning.
I knew cleaning
because you knew that there was good money to have.
There is.
At least you knew, and I guess this was my experience when we were in the situation. My wife was actually cleaning for a hotel, and she was only making like $16 an hour, and I was like, I know we can make more than that if we get her into houses, into residential is where we started. Did you start with residential then for just yourself, or you knew you wanted to do commercial right away?
Right away, off the bat.
Oh, wow.
I knew not to.
How did you know that?
People can be picky.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You put their bar of soap back wrong in their shower and they're upset. So
for me, it was always fine. We started with residential with my wife because, look, if God forbid they're like, oh, she stole some of my jewelry. I know my wife's not stealing stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But when we started having employees, commercial was where it had to be, because if some person that I hire off the street steals some, I don't know. I don't know. I know my wife.
Yeah,
right?
the whole trust factor.
So how did it begin? What was the jumping off? Did you quit your job and just start cleaning, or did you kind of dial up?
I walked right out, and
Wow.
then we started the cleaning company.
What was
the next
do
day.
you have like a really great quitting job or story? Was it like, you've wasted my life, and did you yell at anybody, or you just put in your 2 weeks nicely? And
I didn't even do that. I just had enough. I was one of those people where they would pile on and pile on and pile on, but not pay you more.
Sure.
So I had enough of that, and
well, the problem of being useful is that then everybody wants you to do things.
exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so what was it like starting Savvy Cleaning? So this was only 2 years ago. What was it? You went to Menards and bought all your supplies, or what was that like? You filed your EIN first, or did you do everything sole prop? Like, what was the steps?
We did. We got all legal, did all that good stuff before. We literally took the $300 we had, bought a couple supplies. Somebody gave us a vacuum, and we started in our laundry room closet.
How did you get your very first client?
Word of mouth. It was I had a friend that worked at a really large rental agency here in Fargo, and she's like, "Hey, I need a cleaner." Perfect.
And you had already started. You had already started.
Literally just started.
And she just randomly was saying this to you, or she knew. Okay, and then and from there you've been quickly very successful. Again, so it took year and a half before you started doing networking. How did you hear about networking? I think a lot of people don't even know what networking is or why they should be doing it. It's things like that.
Networking, I actually started a year ago at Tea Time Tuesdays with Indira.
Yeah.
At the Daily Dose, and then I branched off from there. You'll meet others that are in other networking groups, and you know, you go check out their group and see what you like in there. Every group is different, I would say. Every group has their
they've got an energy.
Yeah, their energy. That's exactly it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. And you're currently in 2 groups then, or how many groups are you in?
Actually.
3 groups? I mean, you are quite the doer. I mean, you show up because you joined my personal pet horse is SBC. I love SBC. We do that on Fridays. And you joined that only like 6 months ago. And you're taking up leadership positions. You're a real doer. You really make things happen. I think that's exciting. It's going to show how you're going to do a good job as a business owner, obviously, and you can see the fruits of that. Where did Savvy Kitchen come into all this?
Savvy Kitchen, that one, last year at Newman Outdoor Field, there was a burger shack down by the beer gardens, and my husband was asked if he wanted to run it. And he said sure, and decided to take it up. My husband has a background of like 15, 16 years in the kitchen industry, so.
Okay, who asked him if he wants to run it? So you guys took over an existing business?
Yeah.
Or an existing spot?
Yeah, it was a spot.
Okay. Well, I don't think most people know how those concessionaires work.
Yep, you pay for, I would say it's like lot rent, you know, you pay for your spot to be there.
And does that come with like a vending license and the kitchen is all set up, or what is it? What do you got to figure out all on your own?
Everything.
Everything.
We had the shack there taken down that was built there previously, like I think in the 90s or something, a gentleman said. And then this year we were like, we can't stand working in that shack in the 90-degree heat. So we asked him if we could tear it down and just build a food trailer.
And so you built that all yourself as well?
Yep, custom made.
Wow, what a doer!
Yes.
And so now you've got both of those things going on. Obviously, Savvy Kitchen is just because you're just the concessionaire, or do you take that trailer and drive it all around town? What are you?
We haven't taken it around town yet. We would really like to do that like end of September.
Yeah.
Right now it's kind of stuck at Newman Outdoor Field.
Yeah, well, it would probably be a lot to move it back and forth.
And another gate.
That's great. And then so at Newman Outdoor Field, that is where the Red Hawks always play. Mm-hmm. And that's what we've got coming up. So we will discuss that next in our next segment, Fargo Fun. So don't go nowhere.